Hello, everybody. In this movie, I'm presenting one example of a UK first move opening. So, for this movie, I have prepared the board with all UK setup together with the Italian setup. Concerning the Germans, I have placed no land units because they are of no interest in this movement. Regarding the subs, this is a worst case scenario. For example, if Germany attacks both Canada, the cruiser at Gibraltar, and still has a cruiser left, a battleship left in the English Channel. So the goal of this movement is first to protect London and to guarantee UK will have control over Egypt until at least UK 3. So what am I buying at the end of this turn? There are some examples. There's not a guarantee you must buy this move because there are a lot of variables. For example, we do not know what Germany is going to buy. For example, if Germany is going to buy the standard fleet opening of a carrier, a sub, a destroyer, and or some transports when you change destroyer for a transport. This will change. This will change, for example, to the more defensive posture of 6 infantry and a fighter. For example, if there's a G1, you can opt for 5 infantry, a bomber, and save 1 IPCs, or bomber, fighter, and a submarine. Given the fact that with a J1 and with a US purchase in the Atlantic, sea line might be off the table. Plus, this move gives you a certain degree of counter if the German fleet positions itself west of Denmark in sea zone 112, for example. So all these are opportunities or options you can choose in function of what is happening at the board. So this is a no-bid game. So this means Gibraltar, the Taranto rate is tricky. In my opinion, it is tricky. So I'm not going to do the Taranto rate. What I am going to do is not a Tobruk strafe. I'm going to protect Alexandria, defend Alexandria, and destroy the Italian fleet around Malta. For this, I need a maximum of pieces in order to guarantee success, so I'm going to use the fighter from Malta, the fighter from Gibraltar. You can use the British cruiser if he's still alive, and then this fighter can go up to England. In the Channel and in the Atlantic, what are the must-do moves? You can choose, but I prefer destroying this submarine using the bomber. And you can send all fighters to attack the Bismarck. So once again, if this cruiser is alive, he goes to Malta and the fighter can assist in the channel. Let's say for statistics purpose that all hostile units have a hit, so that means I lose a fighter and I lose my destroyer. I lose a fighter. For my non-com moves, the bomber, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can place him on Iceland on one condition, that the German transport is not in sea zone 112. If he is in sea zone 112, then you can keep him in Quebec. We take the transport, we pick up 1 infantry, and we go to Persia, gaining 2 IPCs. We take all our land units and we move them into Alexandria. The tactical bomber and the fighter both land and Alexandria. The carrier goes to sea zone 81. And then we place 2 blockers. What else do we need? We bring our fleet From India, we move the destroyer up north. We take the tactical bomber and the fighter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, place them on the carrier. All movements here are basically all moves to protect India. The transport here, I will keep it here, unless there is a J1. If there's a J1, I prefer taking him to Persia. If he goes to Persia, the transport, which is here in 98, takes up the AA gun and infantry and goes to here, deposing it in Egypt. In the Atlantic, we take up our transport. We go north. We go to Canada. All other units converge on England. Why do we do this? With this movement, Egypt is blocked for the Italians. What can they do? They have several options. There are a lot of fleets in the Med, so they can go for their Med bonus. That means they have to split up their fleet in 4 pieces. What can they also do? They can attack Alexandria. With what? All units from Tobruk plus 2 fighters and a bomber, which is a total of 9 units. What do we have to defend? We have 9 units to defend Alexandria. So we have the same number of units, which plus they are stronger. So it's an uphill battle for the Italians. What is Rhodesia? What is another option they can do? They can go for Malta. So they can take out the destroyer with some fighters and or the submarine, and they can move the units here, land on Malta, and place a blocker here. Why can they do that? If they don't put a blocker, that means all units here can attack the Italian fleet around Malta with 2 air units here, 2 air units here, a destroyer, a carrier, and the bomber if you have purchased one. So that's a lot of firepower that can destroy the Italian fleet on a second round. So that's not a valuable option. If for a reason they don't reinforce Tobruk, then you can start advancing. So keeping Egypt safe. Why do I do that? In the past, I think like most people retreat to Egypt, giving Alexandria to the Italians. Italians occupy the country and the German Luftwaffe reinforces it, so making it impossible for a UK player to make a counterattack on Alexandria, and thus Egypt is threatened. With this move, Egypt is safe. Italy has a lot of choices, but with some repercussions. And I think in the middle game, you can push the Italians back fast enough. It also gives us some opportunities in the north, so we keep London pretty safe because we don't lose the fighters on London. And we can reinforce on the second turn with the troops from Canada. What are the downsides? Of course, there are always downsides. Italy keeps its fleet. They keep their land units in North Africa and in Central Africa. But in my honest opinion, with the troops that are coming and with the Air Force present, I think they can be destroyed on a UK second turn. Voila, this is my 5 cents for an opening. Of course, a lot of variables. Like I said, it all depends on what is happening on the first round. A German purchase will have an influence on what the UK can purchase. So you can choose for the safe option or the counter-attack option if the German fleet is in 112, or you can go for an airstrafe option with the aim of destroying the Italians or start strategic bombing, whatever gives you a hard on. But of course, everything has its ups and downs. So this is my video of UK first turn. Comments and advices are welcome. Thank you very much.